Good afternoon, Francis Schaefer, Precision Soil Management, Redfield. I'd like to talk about another product we're testing. It is called BX Ignite, and it's put in furrow with the seed at planting. And the customer that we had use it um, did not put it with starter. Normally runs starter with generate, and that last spring cost about $27 per acre at flat rate of 5 gallons. The BX Ignite was put with water only, and that's about $10 an acre plus whatever the water costs. So this is the field, and what our clients have done is they put any kind of test they're doing with a planter, whether it's off to the side or in furrow or whatever tests they're doing, they put the product that they're testing in the variety name, which when I get it back in Ag Leader SMS, that makes it a lot simpler for me to analyze. So this is the planting map from this spring. So I needed to decide how I was going to cut this area down so I avoided any anomalies such as tree sloughs or drowned outs or tree sloughs with drowned outs or any kind of headland or turnaround effect from the harvesting of the crop. So what I did was I took this area and I cut it down to this to do the analysis. This is 16 row planter. So these are 32 rows of just the starter with generate and then 32 rows with the water and ignite. It's an 8 row corn head so that it's multiple of the planter width, so the data is completely segregated at harvesting as the seed was at planting. The other thing, this field has management zones, which are right here. Um, Soil type 1, these red ones, are uh, lower in the landscape, real high productive soil. Can get too wet to plant and also can get too wet and you'll lose them. Zone 2, these upland areas, it's the areas of the field that they always can plant if they can get to them. And they will always harvest a crop off. Zone 3, thinner topsoils, little knobs, little ridges out there that have thinner topsoils, and they're not as high production as 1 or 2, but they will grow a crop on the annual basis, can be high in pH. Zone 4, all these eroded ridges and knobs, they have very thin topsoil. Not much you can do about it. Zone 5, over here, not a real predominant soil, extremely thin topsoil. 17 is a depression. It can be too wet to plant, and even if you plant it, it can get too wet and lose it also. So that's the soil type map. So when I do the analysis of the harvest using this layer and then wherever these two layers intersect with the actual harvest data, it cuts it out. It's a point overlay method. So yield by zone by ignite for this field that I just showed you shows me that soil type 2 with ignite and water was 175.5, and with starter and generate was 173.8. So already we've gained bushels with ignite and water, and we've saved, 17, $18 an acre and gained bushels. Now, if you look at zone one, zone three, and zone four, or soil type one, three, and four, the ignite with water was always less. Keep in mind it's about 17 or $18 an acre cheaper, and we're giving up, 1.3 bushels here in zone one. In soil type three or soil type three, we're giving up 1.09 bushels of corn, and in soil type four, we're, we're giving up 1.08 bushels. And these are significant areas. Soil type 2, we have almost 7 acres with ignite and 9.4 without. Soil type 3, 6.4 without ignite and 4.5 with. So I always leave the area in. And if you notice, I do believe the ignite is often, not always, often drier. This is Francis Schaefer, Precision Soil Management. And the takeaway with this, it's about saving dollars while possibly giving up a little yield. But if the savings can overcome the yield loss, it makes it a good economic decision. Thanks for listening.